the water. Do you remember this vlog? Well, we're going back there.
Your poor side cabin being scratched to pieces.
Oh my God, Lumps. It's not.
Oh shit, sorry.
We'll just go back.
So have you just got to reverse all the way back now?
Yeah. You know, next time I'll come up with some bright idea about going up one of these. Hello. So, yes, we're off to where we got stuck in the tar pit of Mordor back in October. First of all, I've got to visit Stafford Hospital because I've had to have one of these 24-hour heart monitors on. So I've been wired up for 24 hours. That was an interesting night's sleep, I'll tell you. So we'll drop that in, see how that's going, wait for the results on that. So we'll get that done. That's Stafford, and then we're going to go across towards West Brom to where the Wednesbury Old Canal is, and try and have a little walk up to this Ridgacre Branch, see what that's all about, and see why we couldn't get to where we wanted to get. See you in a bit. So here we are at the site of probably 2024's biggest disaster of the year, when we attempted to go up the Ridgacre Branch, and I said back in that vlog that I would like to come and have a go at walking to where we didn't get to see what's up there, what's past there. So here we are at Riders Green Junction. Was it nice getting up this morning at 7 o'clock?
No.
Oh, come on.
I'm okay.
Thank you for your support, as ever.
You won't be saying that in a couple of minutes. It reeks around here.
It does stink round here. So we're talking about the Black Country being, you know, massive industrialisation, you know, sort of 100, 150 years ago. But it's still here, you know, behind me. There's still many chemical plants around here, type refinery type things. So there is a smell in the air of chemicals, and it's strange. But we've just, in walking to this position, we've seen just how dire it is up there. So we are now going to attempt to walk back. I've got a feeling that we might not be able to even walk it because the towpath does look...
I don't think we will.
We'll see. We'll get as far as we can. I'll get the drone up a few times and see what we can get there. And we'll get up to where so we've since found out that there's a spine road that goes across. So I think ultimately that was probably led to the final demise of this canal. But we'll have a look at that as well. I look a little bit different at the moment. As you'll see, I've got my Telly Savalas Yul Brynner look about me. So yeah, we did Annie last week, and it was good fun, wasn't it?
It was very good fun.
Nice. Yeah, it would have been nice to have seen a few of you there.
We did see some people there from the boating community.
Yeah, they're my like physical friends who we. Some of these guys out here, do you know what I mean? They could have shown some allegiance to the channel. I'd have given them a special sticker or something. So here we go. Let's begin our journey to see where we got to. You can just see at that furthest bend the point where the reeds are encroaching the canal. Let's go to upset some geese, see if we can stir up any ne'er-do-wells that might be hiding on under the bridges and stuff. See what we can do. You okay there?
That's just taking it nice and slowly.
I'll try not to video you falling over.
Shut up.
There's a cute.
This is where it smells.
You're right.
Yes. I don't like it.
Stinks up here, doesn't it?
Stinks up here, and I keep getting caught on bushes and think I'm going to go in.
I'll save you for going.
No, you won't. You'll save the GoPro.
I'll go and fetch somebody from out of that factory. So can help my wife. She's fell in. Right. What's this? Hadley Bridge, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I wasn't looking
this is
up.
Hadley Bridge. There's Hadley Bridge. So Hadley Bridge is potentially one of the oldest bridges on the network, even though it doesn't look old because it's had fresh brickwork put on. The thing with the Wednesbury Old Canal, because this is still the Wednesbury Old Canal, we talk about it being the Ridgacre Branch. The bookwork, the publications say Ridgacre Branch. It's not actually. This is still the Wednesbury Old Canal. So this was the first bit of canal of the BCN. This ran before that, the main line, before the BCN went all the way to Wolverhampton. The BCN was that basically the Wednesbury Old Canal, and then it joined in and went into Birmingham from there. So this was something like 1768, 69, about 3 years before the main Birmingham to Wolverhampton thing happened. So bridges along here would have been the oldest on the network. So these would have been the original foundations of them as such. The original brickwork underneath would have been 1768, 69. Well, the ducks starting to get together, look, pairing up for a bit of jiggy in the coming weeks. There's a pair of cutes. I remember the joy of reversing all the way along here. It was fantastic. I've never had a better time on a canal. Reversing all along here. You're happy with your GoPro?
Yes.
Are you a cameraman? Or woman? Are you a camera person? It didn't look this bad in the winter, in the summer. When we were doing it in the summer, it didn't look like it looks bad. I know it wasn't great, but it didn't look as foul as it looks right now. But maybe that's because we've got a closer look, because we're walking
we
it.
came up in October, didn't we?
October, yeah. I suppose, you know, the grass would have been greener, the trees had got some leaves on, so it all looked generally prettier. Oh, look, they've actually blocked it. I wonder if they looked at my video and thought, we better put a block across there so no one can go. Well, there you go. Maybe I have had an influence. So that's been put in since our trip. I'm gonna claim that I've influenced that. So that is now officially the end of the navigation. We're now coming to the point where we unofficially found the end of the navigation. This is where we got to, Mrs.
I know.
I think we went past this, tried to get past this one, tried to get past this bit
look,
here.
It's just horrible.
And then realised about there that actually that is that. That was it.
Oh, dead canal.
Dead canal.
So we're in uncharted waters.
We are in uncharted waters, and I think, well,
Ooh.
It's sad. Very
Which
sad.
bit then? Do you think it was this little bit of tree here that we turned around that bit?
I think we got caught up in that bit there. We tried to come through the first one, then it just became apparent that there was actually no route. There was no route through here then.
So basically this is like a water landfill now.
Well, it's just what's happened is the silt's come in, the reeds have got a grip, and year on year the root structure gets ever bigger, and the silt contact starts to grip it even more, and the roots grow bigger and the reeds grow bigger, and
So
suddenly
that's water down there, isn't it?
yeah, it's just like
water down there,
marshland.
and it could have gone water across to the other side. It
It's
could
all-
be
it was-
massively wide.
It would have been, yeah, it would have been. So I might just pop the drone up here. We'll see where we're at. This is the sad demise of where it all comes to an end, the Wednesbury Old Canal. So we're going to continue walking now to where the actual Ridgacre Branch was supposed to go off. It goes back into water at that point, but obviously it is navigable, but you can't get a boat to it, so it'd have to be a canoe or a dinghy from the other end. But we're going to have a look at it.
Lumpy walking down the bridge. Look at that sexy ass.
You know it, baby. You know it. So that's about 100-yard section that needs digging out. If you could get this 100-yard section out, you're back into some serious water here. Started to widen up a bit here now. Look. This bit of it's that other end, that towpath down by Riders Green, that's the worst, isn't it? This actually isn't too bad. As Mrs Lumsden has pointed out, these were probably sold with a canal view, canal side apartments. But they're still in there going, I've never seen a boat. I've never seen a boat come up here. You see, so this is water. That's navigable if you could put a boat on it. All right, guys. Oh, heron. There's the heron. Always a heron.
That's smell again.
It has got a bit of a pong about it. We're coming to a bridge. I think ne'er-do-wells have weazened bridges. That's got a good wide bend, that. Swan Bridge. So there you can see just how clear it is. It's dirty, there's a lot of rubbish in there. But it's incredibly clear. Be interested to see fish. You know how it is extremely polluted. That's a lot of the reason why they won't dredge it. Oh, there's an iceberg there. Look, a canal iceberg. You can see it. Shopping trolley submerged.
Oh, I see. Yes.
It's been there a long time. But yeah, it's got some depth in it. There's some road cones. baby buggy. What's the matter now?
I don't know. I've just looked like a hand.
It's a buggy, isn't it? A stroller, or whatever we call them these days. Push chair. It's horrific, isn't it? That's humans for you, that is. This is what we do. Shocking generalisation, because we don't, but the human race, we're a dirty, selfish, don't give a toss breed of creature, aren't we? Destroying our own beautiful world. So here you see, perfectly good canal here that you can't get to because of 100 yards of stuff that needs getting out. There's your winding hole, look. So if it could be made navigable, then actually, do you know what I mean, you could make a nice area here for moorings. You've got a winding hole. So the Ridgacre Branch didn't actually get created until 1828. So we know that the Wednesbury Old Canal, that was 1769. This was 1828. Okay, so the Wednesbury Old Canal came up here. It actually swept around and went off in that direction. That was called the Balls Hill Branch, went off to some collieries and things like that. And so that was the first thing that happened in the BCN. This happened before all the rest of it going to Wolverhampton and all that. That brought coal from there and went all the way into Birmingham. That was that. The Ridgacre Branch, 1828 happened. So that went off to new collieries. It went off to factories. So in 1992, they decided to put plans in place for what's known as the Black Country Spine Road. It's the A41, I believe. And that's the cars you can see in the distance there. The plans allowed an 8.2 headroom culvert. So the road was going to go over the top and it would be a navigable culverted canal going underneath. A couple of years later, when it came to fruition and the road was built, that didn't happen. And I don't know why. That's what happened. They just allowed the water to go underneath. There's no way you would get a boat. You wouldn't even get a person in a canoe through there. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know why that decision was made. But in my opinion, and I think it's a fair guess, that's what ended this, because nobody had a reason to come up here. They couldn't get to. They could get to here. There was a winding hole here, so I guess you could have come up just to have a look, turn around and go back. But it wasn't going, a substantial way. So less traffic, therefore, your sediment starts to happen. The silt gets everywhere. The reeds start to grow. The root structures get stronger. The reeds grow again next year, even bigger. And then we've lost 100 yards of canal down there, which doesn't allow you to come to here anymore. So that is what caused that. This goes on for about another 1.5 miles in water, I believe, which we're going to find out in a minute. But I think that's a real tragedy, and that's what brought about the end of this.
Do you know what we need to do?
What?
We need to find out which company was responsible for building the A41, find out who was the CEO at the time, and write to him and complain, or her, as the case might be, as it was 1992.
You know what?
What?
You really turn me on when you get all assertive like that.
Eel, I'll take it back.
You start getting aggressive. You're getting behind you're getting behind me. You're supporting me.
It's investigator.
I love you, Mrs Lumsden. Are you going to do the work for me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Going to look into it.
I am.
Excellent. This is like Stacey Solomon or something doing an investigation into some shocking crime.
And the only two people that care are you and me.
Yeah.
It's
Nobody
a
else
personal
cares.
vendetta.
Everybody else around the world is going, the dirtiest, scruffiest canal he's ever took us up. Why is he so interested in it? I'm interested because it didn't need to be dirty and scruffy.
I want to know the name of that branch again.
Which branch?
The branch that you said that went up there.
Balls Deep. Balls Hill. Balls Deep branch. The Balls Hill branch.
It's nice.
So, yeah, I think there were many collieries and stuff up that way. This view shows where we've just come from. And then again back to the unnavigable culvert.
Okay, so I'm in charge of B-roll.
Yes, and make a good job of it.
I can't go to work myself. I can't move.
The state of me
I'm
now.
sorry. Are you right, CT?
Got a thorn in my hand.
Oh, I'm still. Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, I nearly wet myself then.
Right, sexy. And there's the other side of the culvert, Mrs Lumsden. Don't think we'd get the boat under there, would we?
Don't think we get your head under there. Sorry.
Is there any need for that?
Yes. Always.
So previously we were at the other end of the culvert on the other side of the spine road. The Ridgacre Branch is running along where I'm pointing. So the junction, Swan Bridge junction, would have been there, and this is where the Wednesbury Old Canal came through and then headed off in that direction for a further 1.5 miles. That there, through where that bridge is, that's the abandoned Great Western Railway Swan Bridge interchange basin. And it's really lovely that it's all still there, the wrought iron bridges, etc. But it's all just disappearing, isn't it? It's such a shame. And at Swan Bridge Junction, we have the Ridgacre. There's a Premier Inn behind here, and you've got Table. This is the other side of the culvert. So when we were down at the Ridgacre pub, that's about 1/2 mile the other side of that blue bridge. That blue bridge is the metro, the tramway. That goes all the way into Birmingham. So this is the continuation of the Ridgacre branch. It's messy up here because it's become quite, there's a lot of houses and stuff, so there's a lot of people throwing stuff in. But I think there isn't the smell. I haven't got that smell up here, so there's a lot of evidence that people do actually fish up here. So here we are at Black Lake Bridge, about 1889. I wonder what the last narrowboat was that went through this, when that was. I think this became pretty disused in about the 60s, from what I can gather. But obviously, it was definitely unused once that spine road went in. There she is, waiting patiently for me with all my baggages. So let's have a look at the final stretch of what's left of the Ridgacre Branch Canal. some nice bits of wood up here, aren't there? My mate Stu Cox would like to come up here with his chainsaw and do some wooding.
I was just thinking of just, they're nice to take home and have them for seats in the garden.
You know how heavy one of those blocks is? It would appear the youngsters around here have this as their little meeting place, I think.
Nice.
But you see, there's lots of evidence here that they fish. These are old fishing pegs, these are. And these are all the way along this section. Whether they actually fish it, I don't know. I mean, there's someone's lovely old bike just there. It's quite a wide canal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up here.
That tree's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, that's gone over and it's obviously gone across the canal, don't they?
Yeah.
They didn't need to clear it for navigation purposes, did they? Some nice timber there, though. Stuart Cox, if you're watching, you need to come up here. There's loads. It's all waiting for you. It's a fair walk back to your car, though. There was another arm going off here somewhere. I guess that arm could have gone about there, actually. Looking at that. I bet that's it. I'll find out what that's called. But I bet it went in that direction. Just something looks a bit different here, doesn't it?
Is that sign over there?
See, there's some quite serious timbers here and also there. So that would indicate to me that there was something here. There's a gap here. I reckon that was it. I reckon that was an arm going in that direction, which is why it's cleared through there. What did you say?
What's that sign over there? Ridgacre Fishery?
Ridgacre Fishery, yeah. I don't know how long ago.
Is that British Waterways sign?
Yeah, it's a British Waterways sign, so it's pre-CRT. Yeah, there's evidence that people fish it, because that's all fishing pellets. See all those there?
Yeah.
That's the feed that they throw in. Here you go, Stu Cox. It's all waiting for you. Get your ass up here with your chopper. Come and get your chopper out up here. And here we are, approaching the terminus, the very end of the Ridgacre Branch. It used to continue all in that direction, and there was the Holford Branch used to go off from here, and that also went down and round to some collieries and factories. I wasn't expecting to find it on an embankment when I got here, so that was a bit of a surprise. But this is it. This is where you should be able to get to if it wasn't for a spine road causing problems further along.
I will get to the bottom of who's responsible.
Thank you, Stacey Solomon. I wonder when this was built to say that the future would be fishing, ducks, wildlife and cycling. No.
I'm guessing it was pre-1992.
It's kind of a nice, well, it's got no boats on the future. Future's
you
got
go.
no boats. Past is obvious. The industry of the past, factories and stuff. What does it say for present? Present has got fishing, people planting. I suppose it's a bit of preservation maybe. So that's us done, Mrs.
Yay!
Riders Green Junction through to, well, we're kind of West Brom now. So been interesting. I think it's a bit sad, but it's also, at least I've scratched the itch. Do you know what I mean? In that we,
Not a nice description.
I like itching and scratching. I'm a bloke. But I've scratched the itch. I've got to where I wanted to get to in the boat until we found we couldn't do. But now I've come to find out why, and obviously we were never ever going to get here, were we?
No.
But job done. I need to get out cruising again.
Yes.
I mean, I like doing sort of walking vlogs, but I want my boat back. But look at the weather now.
I know, it's amazing.
Where are we? Start of March, so a couple of weeks we'll be out, won't we?
Hope so.